In this video, I'm going to address the motion section. You can get to the motion section by going to the Advanced tab and then clicking on Motion here. The purpose of this section is to host all the motion in this instrument, or at least most of it. We've provided 2 additional LFOs on this page. They are identical in functionality as the volume and the pan LFO that you'll see up here, or the waveform modulation controls you have here. The only real difference is that with these are not pre-assigned, so that you can assign the destination to almost anything you'd like. You also have a sync switch here, so that you can sync to the tempo of the project or not. Below that you have the step modulators. You have multiple parameters that we can talk about here. You have presets, plenty of them. You can also add your own if you'd like. You can bypass these at will. You also have an amount down here, so this is how much the step modulator will affect whatever the destination you have chosen. You can change the position here, or you can even reverse it. You can control the rate. You can make it triplets. You can control the steps, so how many steps. Right now we're at 16. I can change that to 4 if I'd like, or we can change it back to 16. And you have a snap function as well. Now, if you want a more gated effect, which we have in this one here, I can demonstrate that here. To get that gated effect, you want to make sure that the polarity is on. By taking it off, as you can tell, it's almost there, but not completely. So turn the polarity on, make sure the amount is at 100. And you can get that effect. You also have sync modes right here. You've got a slope, so you can choose to have no slope at all. You can have it only be rising, falling, or all. And then you can choose to whatever amount you want the slope to be. On the right, we have different envelopes. So here we have a user envelope. As you can see, you have a bypass for this. You can choose the destination for it. Right now we have it set to distortion, but you can choose pretty much anything in this list. You've got different presets here. Choose different ones. Turn this off here, as well as these. And you can change the amount right here. So here you can choose whether you want it to loop, to be a one-shot, or just sustain. Fixed is so when you're making adjustments in here, whether if I'm going to change something right here, whether I want the other nodes to be affected by this change or not. So I have it fixed right now. If I take fix off, I can change it, and you can see the others move with it. You can sync. You can choose the value for the sync. You have triplet control as well. As you can see, when I hit that, the grid changes down here. Nodes pretty much say which node's going to be selected. So if I select on this one, you can see it changes to 7, changes to 11 there. And we can choose the curve, how much there's going to be a curve or not between those nodes. If I want to get rid of a node, I can just double click it. If I want to add a node, I can just double click. And so as you can see, it's fairly flexible. You can choose the level of the node up here, or by just dragging it around over here. We also have different zoom presets right here. If I change the zoom and I hold shift down on my keyboard and click one of these, it'll set that preset to whichever one you're clicking. So that's 1. I've already set the other ones here. So you can have different zoom presets if you'd like. And you can control the zoom with these functions right here. The functionality up here is identical to the pitch envelope you'll find down here. Now this one is fixed just to pitch, so you don't have the destination right here, but you do have an amount knob. And you have presets that you can choose from. And like I said, all the functionality is exactly the same. And then we have an amplitude envelope where most of the functionality is the same. You don't have a destination because it's just the amplitude envelope, and you don't have an amount because it's not modulating anything. Now, let's say you have a lot of this on. We'll just turn it back on over here. So you can hear a lot of movement in that, and I'll turn the pitch off. You can hear a lot of movement coming from the step modulators. And let's say if you had other stuff on, such as these LFOs, maybe even the volume LFO up here, and you're in kind of a hurry, maybe all the motion isn't really fitting in the track and you want to dial some of it back, or you just want it all completely off. It's kind of a pain to go through and disable everything, or play with the amounts on everything so that you can get it just right. So we have all of that assigned to this motion quick control right here. So I can have it, and I can dial it back. And when it's all the way to the left like this, there's no motion. Nothing on this page is going to be modulating the sound at all. It's pretty much null at this point. And I can add a little bit back, and this can also be automated as you wish. You can learn a CC. I can assign it to the mod wheel or whatever you'd like. So that's kind of a quick overview of what we have to offer on the motion page.